All right. Welcome to the Pay Your Table podcast. I'm Texas DJ, and I'm going to be your host for today. This is a podcast about strip club places, strip club lessons, strip club people. All right. Today's podcast is about now hiring. That's right, guys. Now hiring strippers, entertainers, dancers, whatever you want to call them. And the reason why I'm doing this one is because I met an actual stripper who, when I was talking about my podcast, and she had questions about the ugly and fat stripper one. I made a podcast about fat and ugly strippers. Anyway, she asked me, she's like, I don't know about this. She's like, I don't know that there were fat and ugly strippers. I said, because you work at P10 North, and this is not a thing to you, all right? Managers close people down. And she was asking specifically about at the end of the podcast where I was saying something like, they bulk up the numbers, and it's about monetary gain for the people that work there. And she, wanted me to go more in depth in there, so I'm going to talk about it, and then I'm going to talk about like hiring strippers. All right, specifically hiring ugly and fat strippers. Okay, where it happens mostly, and money, and basically a few stories about their bad attitudes. All right, so yes, some girls don't know that they're fat and ugly strippers. They think that is something else at some other cities because there's so many hot girls in Austin, Texas. This is literally the answer I got. So they don't get it. They don't see it. But other people do. Why? Because like I mentioned in Fat and Ugly Strippers podcast, there's some people that want big girls. There's some guys that want big Mexican girls, or some guys that want fat black girls. Is how it works. What can I say? All right, but we're talking about boasting up the numbers. So I'm going to go back and, you know what? I'm going to use a story from last night. Okay, I worked last night on a Monday. It's December, bad time of year. If you work with Cubans, some of these girls go back to Cuba. They don't like wintertime. They grew up in an island that's tropical. It's hot. They don't know shit about winter. Some of these girls hate fucking winter. I work with girls from Mexico that don't like the cold either. They go back to where they came from in Mexico. I've met girls from Chile, Venezuela, Colombia, Guatemala, Costa Rica, Puerto Rico, Cuba, Haiti, fucking Haiti, and they don't like the fucking cold. I'm sorry if it cuts in and out. My allergies have been crazy, and I'm cutting this out so I can cough and not sound like on the microphone. Anyway, yeah, these girls don't like the cold, so they fucking leave. And then there are girls, yes, there are literally strippers in college. I'm not, there's like, oh, that's just a joke. Bullshit. It's a stereotype for a fucking reason because there are actually girls in college. I have met many college graduates who were strippers to fund it. Okay, I know a girl that got a business degree. Hell, I know several girls that got business degrees. I know one who became a psychologist. I know one girl that became a life coach. I know several girls that became business owners. They knew exactly what they wanted. They became, hairdressers, estheticians, I think it's beauticians, estheticians. The ones that do with the face and waxing. I guess that's what it's called. I think. I might even know if I'm saying the word right, but I keep forgetting what it's called. Anyway, they do a lot of different things with this money. And some of the girls that are actually going to school, paying for school, they are doing their finals right now. So you know what they do before then? They work their asses off as much as they can. They study their asses off as much as they can. And then, when they're out of school, they're gone. They don't want to fucking work. They want to relax. They want to kick back, enjoy the holidays because they've been working, studying, school. And they're gone. Guys, and you know what? That sucks for the management. Why? Because the owners are always, all the clubs in Austin, except for Rick's, they're all owned by rich old motherfuckers who come to the clubs. Okay? Lambros. Theo doesn't go to the clubs anymore. You have the purse singers. You got Glenn. These guys, they own the fucking clubs. And they fucking go there. A lot of these guys have the personality of a board. Some of them are pretty fucking funny, and they'll be like, they'll slap you in the back, buy you beer, and be like, hey man, have a good fucking night. Some of these guys are great. Other of these guys are fucking assholes. I'm not going to specify which is which. But, you know, managers have to explain low stripper numbers to the fucking owners. Okay? Why? Because they get paid for those girls. And that was the news for some people. Other people were asking, other strippers at Perfect 10 were asking me, well, how much do they charge here? How much do they charge there? I don't ask. I don't tell. Why? Because it's not my fucking business. I don't tell you those numbers because it's not my fucking business. It's not my fucking club. I'm not recruiting for anybody. When managers are like, are you recruiting? And I go, fuck no, I don't recruit for anybody. Okay? I come to your club. I'm trying to have a good time because I know the fucking bartender. Christiana at Perfect 10 North is a great fucking bartender. And I love her being my bartender. She makes me fucking laugh and forgets about my problems. All right, Yellow Rose. You got Tisha in the morning. You've got Gavin at night. That's a great fucking combo. They can make you relax and have a good time. But we're getting off track, guys. We're talking about numbers. You know, and why are numbers really important? Okay, let's just put it like this. Say you got 30 guys in the building. And you've got 10 strippers, all right? Now, at any given point in time, there's at least going to be 40% of the guys that ain't going to do shit, all right? They just sit there. They want to see hot chicks. They can't risk coming home smelling like perfume. They can come home smelling like cigarette smoke and beer and whiskey. Not a problem. They come home smelling like perfume. Yeah, they can have an issue. All right, so you got 10 girls. You got 30 guys. Let's say 10 of them ain't going to do shit. The other 20, they want lap dances. So the girls, they talk to guys. They circulate. And guys might not be with somebody for a minute or two or 30 minutes, an hour, whatever. But they're drinking. They're watching the girls on stage. Speaking of which, guys, if you have 2 stages going, that means you've got 8 girls on the floor. That means guys have to wait a little bit longer to get somebody in their lap and get a lap dance. It happens, all right? Some guys will leave extremely happy. Some guys will be like, oh, I only had it for a little while before the regular customer took her away, all right? It's a give and take. You know, it's like, think of it like a restaurant. You know, tables, they turn and burn, turn and burn. Okay, that's the same thing with guys, all right? But you've got 10 girls, which means 8 are on the floor because you got 2 stages going. That's cool. You know what? Guys are eventually going to get a girl. Now, if you have 5 girls and you've got 20 guys on the floor, remember we're not counting 10 of them because they're just looky-loos. They're not going to do anything. You got 5 girls all of a sudden. So that means you got 1 stage going. That means you've got 4 girls on the floor. That means you've got guys waiting even longer to get a fucking lap dance. You know, they're all like, oh, I'm going to take the girl on the stage. I want a lap dance. Well, I'm sorry. I've got this guy who are waiting for me when I get off, but I will find you. It makes it harder for guys wanting to stay. Why should I stay at this club who has 5 girls when I know this club over here has 8 girls? Oh, you know, 8 doesn't sound like a lot more, but when you've got 1 stage going and you've got 7 girls on the floor, hey, you know what? These guys are getting attention a little bit quicker. You know, it's turn and burn. Some guys could be walking in just as some guys are leaving. Hey, more money. So what do? You pick your numbers up. You hire fat and ugly girls. Hey, it might be bad for some people. Hey, you know what? I get it. Some people will be like, well, you know, they bring down the quality of the club. Certain clubs don't need numbers. I've already said that. Palazzo, Yellow Rose, Perfect 10 North. They don't require boosting of numbers. They are the most popular clubs in the city of Austin, and people, specifically women, will go there to get a job. The other clubs, hey, it's a little bit harder. I get it. So they need to boost those numbers. So they're going to hire as many girls as they can. I worked at the Landing Strip. This is specifically... No, wait, no, it's a better story. I worked at Sugars, and this was one Saturday. Saturday morning, not Saturday night. We had 3 girls for the day shift. All right? Killed the fucking mood all fucking day. I could barely run the stage. Guys were coming in, not seeing anybody up on stage. They were seeing girls taking forever to get to them. It killed our fucking business. And more importantly, it killed our Saturday night. How did it kill our Saturday night? Because guys weren't there at 6 o'clock. Guys were getting there at 6 o'clock, seeing that there was nobody on stage. Seeing there were no girls, barely any girls on the floor. What does that mean? Guys are going to think, hey, you know what? I just spent money to get in here. Fuck this place. I'm not coming back. You might be thinking that's a little extreme. It's not. It's not. Imagine you go to a restaurant and it takes over an hour to get your fucking food. And you think to yourself, well, you know what? Some restaurants, that could be because, they're real busy. It takes forever. No. Imagine you walk in, they sit you at a table. No, you're not waiting at the bar for a table. You're seated directly at a table. And you see that the reason why it's taking an hour for you to get your food is because they have one fucking waiter. One waiter with 12 tables. Would that be a realistic business model that you'd want to go back to and be like, yeah, I want to sit here and wait for this guy to get a drink for every single table, then get an order from every single table, appetizers. Oh, he's got to go back. He's got to deliver that shit by himself. You would not want to go back because you knew they did not have enough staff to adequately serve you. That's the same thing with strippers. That's why ugly strippers are necessary. They boost up the numbers of strip clubs. They give guys an opportunity to get somebody in their lap. And I always say, there's nothing better than a cold drink in your hand and a beautiful lady in your lap. Hey, that's how I would want to celebrate my nighttime. Guys, and I'm pretty sure you do too. Okay? So that's the point, guys. Why they hire fat and ugly strippers? They got to boost those numbers because the owners want those numbers good. Why do those numbers got to be good? Because if they're good, that means they are going to have a good night. It's all about money. All about money. And you got to have more strippers to make sure you get that money. Because if a guy only goes in there, pays cover, $10. He buys one beer. Hey, one beer, $6. But there's not enough strippers there. He doesn't spend any more money. He fucking leaves. He goes somewhere else. He takes his money to another club. But if a guy shows up, sees that there's a bunch of girls, he can pick and choose what he wants. He watches them on stage. He pays the cover, $10 at the door. He buys 6 beers. Hey, 6 beers, man. It's $36. He might buy a shot or two. Hey, that's liquor, all right? Let's just sell another $14 for 2 shots. Bam. Plus, he's getting the lap dances, which means he might start buying liquor for the girls. Hey, those numbers are starting to go up and up and up. What do you need to know? It's really important, guys. Numbers, all right? Number of strippers keeps guys entertained. That's why there's always a sign outside that says hiring strippers, entertainers, dancers, whatever you want to call it. Those signs are always up there. And for certain clubs, that means hiring fat and ugly strippers. I hope this really breaks it down for you guys. And you know what? Like I said in the last one, that's also how strip club DJs make their money. Strip club DJs want there to be more strippers. Why? Because they get paid per stripper. The more guys that are there, they get paid to play a song. Some guys like, hey, I want to hear I want to hear any song by the Scorpions. I kid you not, this happened to me last night. $5. I could pick any song. Doesn't matter. He just said play any song. I play it. I mean, $5. On the average, the more guys you have, the more money you will get paid to play music that they want to hear. I've had guys come up and ask to play all types of stuff. I've had guys come up and be like, I shit you not, Mariah Carey, NSYNC, old 90s R&B, disco music. I'm literally, there's an idiot that I hate who comes up and is all like, I want to hear the Bee Gees. I was like, I can't fucking play that shit right now. Okay, I can't believe Staying Alive. Because nobody in this motherfucker wants to hear it. I go, if you really want me to play it and piss off some people, I will play it for $20. And sometimes this guy gives it to me. And how is that guy staying in the club so I can get that money to play that song? Because I've got strippers. Hey, they might not always be cute, but they keep the guys there. That's why there's a sign up on my club all the time. Now hiring dancers. Doesn't matter if they're fat. Doesn't matter if they're ugly. We just care that they're there. All right. Thank you for listening. This has been another episode of the Pay Your Tip Podcast. I'm Texas DJ. Thank you for listening. Please share, like, subscribe if you can be bothered to do so. If not, to hell with it. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.